It's officially my comic's 5-year anniversary this year, so I decided why not share 5-piece wisdom nuggets with you. These are things I learned along the way as I created my comic. Some of the things I'll share you could keep in mind for yourself. Let's begin the feast. Wisdom nugget number 1. Some 3D models require a license to feature it in your project. It's quite often 3D models have options to either pay or grab the file for free. When you download the file, it's basically your license. If you don't have a license to use the model, the punishment can range from severe fine to a simple message from the creator telling you to stop using their work. When I found this out, most of the 3D models I used from Sketchfab were free to download, but others were unclear if I had to pay or not, so I no longer use those. Now I create my own 3D models on my home 3D on my iPad. One example of a build I made for my comic was Osanai's family home in Chapter 7. I also made a replica of Connor's home from Cambion. You can check out the tour video on my channel if you'd like. Besides Live Home 3D, there are plenty of other apps you can use to make your own 3D models, but I use Live Home 3D. I know SketchUp is another 3D building software, but I'm not very familiar with that one. I maybe only used it once when I was in middle school. I believe Blender can be a good one too. Wisdom nugget number 2. Scheduling breaks is more important than consistency. I know most tip videos would say consistency is key, but I don't think they ever really talk about taking breaks. When I first started my Yandere comic, Yandere the Psycho Shiyūdōtai, I just started. I didn't seek any tutorials or guides. I posted and posted until I broke. Because I didn't take proper breaks, I ended up burning out. I didn't break immediately though. It started out as me simply posting less and less until I just didn't want to post anymore. My once passion project just didn't appeal to me anymore. It felt awful. I have recovered since then. I now start to post 2 times a month compared to posting 30 times or 4+ times a month. It's quite the improvement. If you think you are experiencing what I did, I recommend to start scheduling breaks. You can add a small break after every few episodes. An example may be posting about 7 episodes and then taking a week off and then coming back and doing it again. Or take a large break after each chapter is released. Me personally, I take a large break after each chapter is finished. Even if you take short breaks, post 7 episodes, and then take a week off, I still suggest taking that month-long break after each chapter too. Minimum would be 2 weeks off. You've been grinding this whole time. I know it's exciting to go back to it, but you have to give yourself a break, you know? Wisdom nugget number 3. Readers will become less engaged as your comic goes on over the years. Even when I was consistent before I burned out, I still noticed a dip in views and likes, as well as comments, after a few years of publishing my comic. I used to get around 4 to 10 likes on my comic episodes, but now I barely get over 1. It doesn't feel good, especially since making comics for a living is what I want to do. I have a few examples of other comics experiencing the same thing. The first comic I'll be using is He's Harmless, I Swear. This comic used to get 6,000 likes and up, but now it barely gets over 3,000, nearly half of what it used to get. Another example I'll be using is Lumine, a more popular comic with 3.3 million subscribers. They used to get 200k likes or more. The comic has ended now, but the most recent episode hasn't gone over 90k. I mean, it's still a lot, but you can notice the dwindle in engagement. But don't let that discourage you. If you love making stories, share them with the world. Wisdom nugget number 4. You learn more from doing rather than looking for someone to guide you sometimes. I searched for many days on how to properly advertise my comic. to find its target audience. And what did I find? Nothing useful, I tell you that. I stopped looking and I just took it into my own hands and advertised my comic myself. I posted a few YouTube shorts and I also posted some image slideshows of my comic but without the dialogue on TikTok. My YouTube shorts did really well and my slideshows on TikTok did well too. Even though they did do well, it didn't bring any new readers, but at least I know people are interested in my story. My story is Yandere the Shiyūdōtai. It's a Yandere BL webtoon about a boy named Suji who falls for Toji, a boy whose warmth hides something cold. As the truth slips out, their bond twists into obsession, harsh truth, and danger. A love story that was never meant to be normal. In the end, despite everything, their devotion grows into something lasting, something neither of them ever expected. If you're interested in the comic, I mainly post it on WEBTOON, but it's available on Tapas and in Google Slide form. Wisdom nugget number 5. You have to tread lightly with teen romance. This is the biggest one I wish someone had told me in my early stages of my comic. You can't have teenage characters in certain mature situations. When you have teen main leads, especially if it's a romance, you have to be careful on how you present said romance. Your characters can do basic romance, of course, but nothing too explicit. It can be very frowned upon, especially if you're an adult. Portraying teen characters in explicit, mature situations, most platforms don't even allow it. If I would have known this, I would have made my characters legal adults, so I wouldn't be worried every time my characters do something even remotely romantic. So if you plan on making a romance, I recommend making your characters adults. It helps you prevent future hassle or worry and gives you tons of creative freedom. Bonus, the majority of readers enjoy adult romance rather than teen romance anyway, so you'll be hitting a large fan base. Anyway, that's all. Let me know if you like these type of videos by leaving a like, maybe even subscribing. On my channel at the moment, I mainly post about my webtoon, but I also post about my other stories like Cambion or The Amber Wolf. I also make art videos and animations. Right now, I'm working on a animation for The Amber Wolf. You should check that out next. Anyway, bye bye, have a good day.